I thought we'll have a bit more of a relaxed video today. I've got quite a collection of shells which we've painted over the last month and a half, and I thought we'll have a look and try and see if we can see any progression from the one I did a few weeks ago to the ones that I did now. The colours have changed just because I've got such a selection of colours. I just want to use them all. So we've tweaked the colours, but the teal and the pink, it's not gone anywhere. It's just on standby. But let's have a look at a few of the shells, and we'll also look at some paints that I've used and what I think about the two brands that I've used and the difference between the two. So pour yourself a drink, get yourself a latte, chill out, and let's have a look. So this one was one of the first ones I did a little while ago. This is a Penguin Slayer 2, I think, Penguin Slayer L1R shell. So this is where the teal and the pink kind of started. Very, very basic. No yellow in this one just yet. This one was just purely teal, and then what we did, started off the kind of brand that I did there. See the kind of dots? I did that with the window film, which you can get. And yeah, it was the first kind of texture I added or pattern into any shell, so I was quite happy with that. And that's what started the teal and the pink. And then we kind of progressed onwards a little bit. Did this B7 shell. So I introduced some yellow in this because I thought I do prefer yellow wheels. So I wanted some contrast, a little bit of yellow in the shell just to have a little bit of matchy-matchy. So we introduced the yellow, and of course a slightly different design, something really simple. Really simple, and I really like that, to be fair. I also introduced a bit of the honeycomb, super easy with the bitty design stencil, and that was quite simple, just sort of here and there, not really sure why, but it adds some depth to the shell. I also added some kind of paint flicks, but ultimately this was where the yellow started. And that's where I tried a slightly different design, again just keeping it super simple. Because the thing is about these shells is if you're a professional painter, you probably want to look away because they're very simple. But if you're learning airbrushing, I always recommend just keep it simple, keep your lines nice and clean. And when you can do straight lines and you get used to the liquid mask, you get used to the paints, start introducing, as I am, some design, some contrast and some pattern, because it just adds depth. So we progressed on to these Schumacher shells. So this is the kind of current design that I'm running. It's kind of a 3-tiered design, which I really like. It's really simple. I moved the yellow to the front because I wanted some more pink in this one. But yeah, same kind of design, same patterns. So we've got the specks, which this time I put onto the yellow because I thought you could see them really well. So it kind of looks like a dirt flick. And then the simple honeycomb again. Progressing on from there on this F2 J Concepts shell. So I actually wanted yellow and white as an addition for this because I started running white wheels, or I had some white wheels, so I wanted that to kind of match with that. So you can't see it behind the sticker, but there's actually kind of a white pattern under there on the side. So this design, again, I kind of tested some different stuff. I also, on this one, which I think looks quite cool, see there, I kind of added a little bit of black to the teal and then got a paintbrush and kind of did some lines, you can see, so it kind of looks like dirt flecks that when you're going super fast and they kind of bounced off the body. I thought that added some really nice depth to that body shell. Better shot of it there. So what I did there was, as I said, I just added a little bit of black to the teal just to darken it off slightly, and then when I added the specks on and the lines with the brush, I thought it looked really good. And then in this techno shell we went blue. We went very blue, and I really like it. And obviously the dirt on this is not painted on, I just haven't cleaned it yet. So this We went with a sky blue. This dark blue here, it's a pearl blue, and I think that's one of the nicest colours in my collection. So for this body shell, we kept it really simple, obviously because it was a video that I did for an 8 scale simple shell. But obviously we've changed the colours for this. We've gone with a blue, and I'm warming to it. And I really like this shell. And I think you'll agree, it's more than usable. It might not be to a professional standard, but that'll look good going around any track. Well, it did look really good. Really good. I think the blue's going to stay, but the teal and the pink is going to stick around. Definitely. Right now, we've just masked up the kit shell that come with the EB48, which I'm doing a review series on. I'm not sure what colours we're going to do on this. If you fancy seeing anything in particular, drop a comment below. I'm thinking maybe an orange, like my hair. No, it's not that orange. Or orange and white and black, maybe. I've got so many paints, I just want to try them all. Let's move on to paints. My experience with paint so far. I've used 2 brands, Hobbynox and Vallejo. I always get this wrong. And someone commented on a video a while ago and they put me right and they spelled it out, and I've still got it wrong. But anyway, these paints, they're awesome. No reducer. I use a 0.3 needle in my Iwata airbrush. Links for everything is below. And if you use any of those links, I actually earn a small commission, which is great. But you don't need to buy, but any information is always going to be below. A-Main Hobbies, thank you so much for allowing me into their affiliate program. It just gives you guys in the US something to look at, somewhere to look, somewhere to possibly buy if you want to. But anyway, these paints, I've got an Amazon link down below, but they are stunningly good. No reducer, straight into the airbrush. As I say, 0.3 needle, no thinning required. Very vibrant, very easy to use. I recommend them thoroughly. The only thing I would say with them is the fluorescent colours are not quite as fluorescent as other brands. So I tend to use the Hobbynox for the fluorescent range and the pearls. But for your standard kind of run-of-the-mill colours, they're very good. And they are very vibrant, but the fluorescent, it hasn't quite got the same pop as the Hobbynox I've found. So definitely happy with those. So the Hobbynox paints, no introduction really. They're very nice to use. I do find the majority of Hobbynox paints need a little bit of thinner, ranging from 1 drop to 5 or 6. The reducer or the thinner that I use is the HN20021. Again, links for that down below. But I just find a drop or 2 with any of the range of colours perfect. And Hobbynox have the teal, which obviously we all know I love. A few body shells that I've done recently that many of you have probably seen painted on the channel. A little discussion about paints, nice and chilled for a Wednesday evening. Guys, happy racing. I hope everything is going awesome for everyone watching the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.